afterlife. So my wishes will be for. I doubt it. I really doubt it at this point. Um, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But for my children, for my boys, if you're listening, if you're watching these videos, I have your give them to you. But if you want them, they're there. I really wish you would have them back. Um, it's disgusting how my mom thinks and acts, and me trying to stay hurts. I don't love my mom. I don't have a relationship with my mom, like healthy. It's always been um bad since I can remember little. Um my boys, my offsprings, this is very difficult for me. Um I went back to my mom because you boys wanted you guys had questions and I didn't know how to answer them. Um and you guys were a little older now where you guys understand certain things. I didn't trust my mom. I was terrified of my mom with you boys and I saw how she was acting. Um she doesn't take responsibility or accountability for her actions. She lies, she gaslights, she's a narcissist. Um, she's like, why did you come back to me? Why'd you want to talk to me? Why'd you want me in your life again? She keeps bringing that up. And I'm like, well, I thought you wanted the kids. I thought and the kids wanted to know you. And she kept telling everybody in her fucking circle and making up rumors and showing them pictures of my kids, but she hasn't seen my kids, but she'll show every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and pedophile out there my kids' pictures. And she was already living with my in-laws, 2000, and it was after the Golden West apartment. And after my dad died, because we had sold the house already and had a condo in San Diego, was ready to move, and he died. So we ended up getting an extension for that house, and then we had to go move in an apartment. And then my mom ends up taking that money and fucking just uses it, spends it like nothing. Now we're living in a two-bedroom apartment. It's no longer a house, downsized. Um, and now everybody's squeezed into a two-bedroom apartment. And now I have two kids, a husband, and myself in a bedroom. And my sister and mom is sharing a bedroom. And now already at this time, I was already upset when we moved in there. I already had my system on my husband and my sister. And around this time, I had blacked out a lot of shit. And I just, so numb. I was so fucking numb. So fucking numb. Um, Not only that, when my dad was in the hospital, um, my cousins and my sister, when both my parents were in the fucking hospital at the same fucking time, both my cousins and my sisters and my fucking aunt ends up stealing the car from the hospital. And no, my dad ends up getting, this is right before my dad gets in the hospital. Um, my mom's in the hospital, they steal the car in the hospital, and then they go to the house, kidnap my dad in the house, ransack the pill machines, the bottle, his medication, They ransacked it, took some of his insulin, but not all the insulin. They didn't take the fast acting insulin. They didn't take, what else? They didn't take his Coumadin. Um, and they didn't take some. No, I don't. I think that's what it. That was it. Um, but they took all that other shit with them, and they took pills that he was no longer supposed to be on too. Um, and I remember going to the doctors, and they had changed his medication right there. And they said, "Okay, don't take this one, but then take half that pill." And before it was a whole pill, and now it's a half pill. And what these fucking bitches do, they kidnapped him, and then they ended up getting um, a social worker for the children, and elderly abuse on me. And so I come home, and the house is just like tore up. They left the door open, so the dogs came in, shit everywhere. And then I cleaned up. I remember um, my husband and the kids, my kids and the husband weren't home. They were at his mom's house. I remember I'm like, oh, good thing they're not here. I cleaned up whatever I can. I cleaned up all the dog shit, but I left most of the ransacking shit, whatever they did. I left it for later, and I went outside, and I just started crying. And then I hear footsteps coming in, and I see boots, and I'm like, oh, it's a police. And then I see two social workers and two cops, and they're telling me that they need to search the house, and they need to see the kids, and they're looking everywhere, and they're like, there's rat droppings, and I'm like, it's not rat droppings. And I picked it up, and they're like, oh, I'm like, no, it's a fucking rug. It's one of these mats that I got at like the Dollar Tree, and it has like little nubs on it to rub your feet. And I noticed that when you rub them, they come off, and they do look like rat shit droppings. And I remember I swept it, and I had just thrown out that thing, I think that day or the day before. And I even told my dad about it, and he's like, yeah, just get rid of it. And so I did, and then that's what they caught. They caught the rest of it, because it was a lot. Um, and then they went into each bedroom, looked at it, and then I saw that there was one twin size bed, and two kids. But I had a bedroom, and then we had a like playpen thing, but the playpen wasn't out. And so the social worker's like, how come there's no two beds and there's no two bedrooms? You have kids. But meanwhile, my second son was like only 2 years old, and like he usually sleeps with his bigger brother, and his bigger brother is only like three. And so they're like, he needs a bed. They can't be sleeping in here in one bedroom. And I'm like, well, I sleep with them too sometimes on a bed. And they're like, you sleep with your kids on the bed, on the same bed? And I'm like, when I read stories with them, story time, I fall asleep with on them. I'll sleep with them. Like we all sleep fine, comfortable. And matter of fact, if I put my son like the on the crib, he wants to be with his brother, and they sleep better that way. And she just didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear it. Um, then she told me I had to sign a paper. I had to sign a paper, and she said if I don't sign it, they take the kids away. And then they wanted to. They were questioning where the kids are at. How come the kids are not home? And then I told them, well, I wasn't home. And so they probably went over at my mother-in-law's house. And they're like, well, you can't call them. We have to go to your cut. You have to take us there. Um, and I don't know if they're really there. And they go, if they're not there at your mother-in-law's house, we're taking your kids. Because you told us they're at your mother-in-law's house. And if they're not there, we're going to take them because you're lying to us. And I go, but I don't know where they're at. And I go, I'm pretty sure they're there because I don't know where else they would be. So my concern was he's probably off like to the park or somewhere else. I don't know. All I know is that that's the only way he could be, or at his sister-in-law's house, or his cousin's house. But either way, his mother-in-law's house is right there. So I call, and then I guess they just got back home from the park to his sister, and then just got back home from the park. But I called, and they said call him, but don't tell him that you're with the police and the CHP. I mean, Child Protective Services. Don't say that we're there. Um, so I said, so I called, and right away, Lauren's like, well, yeah, like, why, what's going on? What happened? So he knew something was up, and I said, I'll tell you later. I gotta go. I have to see the kids. I go, make sure the kids are there. Are the kids there? And he's like, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm coming. So then we go, and then the police have the flashlight, and they're looking at the kids up and down, and they're fine. Um, and then they talked to Lauren, and I think they talked to some other people too. Um, that was hard on me. That was very hard on me, very stressful on me. Then the next day, elderly abuse, the elderly social worker came by twice. Once when my dad wasn't there, and once when I was there. The first time came and said that they want to talk to my dad and do an investigation. They want to open up something. And I told them whatever I knew, what led up to this thing. And then, so then I called my dad, and my dad, I called my dad on the phone, and Mandy and Michelle picks up. They didn't want me to talk to my dad, my own fucking dad. I couldn't call my fucking dad on his phone. His fucking other daughters took his phone. And this is when it got funny. And I said, clock. And he have it. That would get him to me. I believed I had to say something about a Corvette or a car, so to get him on the phone, back on the phone. And because I'm pretty sure my sisters knew that I was going to tell them about the social workers coming to the house. They had to have known. And then it all came out. And then I said, Dad, I was crying. I go, Dad, social workers came to the house. They're trying to take my boys away from me. And they have it on speaker. And so Michelle grabs the phone again. Michelle goes, we called because we had to, there was rat droppings. And then Christine, my cousin, was over there. And she goes, I had to call. I was a mandatory off on him. Like, he goes, is that why you brought me here? I want to go home. This is not right. Take me back home. I want to go home. And he's like, he was telling me, he goes, Tina, they gave me peanut butter. My feet are swelling up. They're blaming you that I have the ulcers on my feet. Um, I'm sweating. They didn't bring me the insulin. I don't have insulin. I'm dying. Him yell at Michelle, and I never heard him yell at his own daughter. I never heard him yell at his older daughters, Mandy and Michelle. I never heard him do that. I never heard him yell like that. And it and I'm glad I heard that. I really am glad. And the fact that I heard my dad in my dad's voice, knew that I was a good mother to my kids. I'm glad I heard that. I never got that dad part that I wanted. I know I had a little taste of it. But my mom fucking ruined that for sure. She fucking ruined that man. And all I see with my 3 kids, my 3 boys, I see my dad. I see my ancestors. I see my grandfather. I see my brother. I want any fucking bitch ruining them. That's why I was so fucking nice to their fucking dad. That's why I was so fucking nice. Because I know what it's like being sexually abused as a child. Um, but man, to use me like that, I'm not scared of death. I'm not. That's one thing I'm not. And I think that's my dad showed me that too. Every time he got pissed, every time my dad got pissed, my dad was mean. He would throw shit, throw all of our shit away. He would come in the room. He would literally come in the room with a big trash can, with those big dumpster trash cans have in the trash. Didn't matter. School backpacks, shoes. He's like, if we're making too much noise or if we had too much mess in the room. And if my mom complained, my mom said picked it up, if my mom complained, he would come in the room and just throw it away, throw all away. Um, I hated that. I really hated that. Um, and him getting in fights with my brother, me watching that, me watching a grown man beat the shit out of a child nonstop. Like my dad kicked my brother in the back, my dad kicked my brother in the neck, stepped on my brother in the neck, stepped my brother on the chest, throw him like a rag doll, punch him in the face multiple times. It's a man. It's a fucking man. My fucking dad did that. Why? Why? Even till this day. All that comes back is the fucking United States. The genocide, the Native American, the drinking. What my dad went through, he kept it in and he became a monster and he took it out on my brother, but my mom fucking let it fucking happen. My mom could have stopped it, but my mom fucking let it happen. And here she is, wants to gaslight me and all that shit. And now she's telling me, because I told her I don't want to live. I don't want to live. And if anything, I want her to see me in the casket. I want you to see me dead first. And I want to be buried by my dad. I want to be buried with my son. My son is buried with my dad. I buried my son with my dad. The reason why I did that is because my dad did want to be a grandfather. And I was still trying to make peace with my dad. I was still trying to have a relationship with my dad. Now that he died, it's still continuing. Yeah, he died, he's gone, he's no longer, his body's not fucking here any longer, but his fucking spirit and his soul still is. That's fucking hard for me to explain this to other people who don't want to believe that the dead are still here. But for me being here, it's difficult. I hate being here. I hate being here. And I know since when I'm gone, when it's my turn, my voice is not going to matter. No one's going to care. Just like them. I'm watching these people go. I'm watching these people just slowly going away. And they're not, even my ancestors didn't still not have a voice. They're still not having a voice. And here me, how am I any different? Exactly. So I just have to cry now, laugh later, and I can do both. So when my children see these videos, I don't know. I just hope they know that I'm still here trying to fight for them, trying to still be in their lives, still want them. But the United States Council, Congress, voting fraud, whatnot, these medical professionals, whoever says seek professional help, those people are the problem. So this is just another ranting video because I really want that headshot. Just do it already. Like the cartels here, the Mexican mafia or the cartels, even the fucking Vietnamese. Again, that mafia. They're weak. They're cowards. I'm here. I've been blasting them all up. Like they don't do shit. They really don't. They're just cowards. They're lost. They're really lost. And the fact that I don't even see them as a true bad guys, I really don't. I see the politicians. I see like my mother as a bad guy. I see pedophiles. I see those people as a bad guy. People who look the other way, people turn the blind eye, like the Pope, people who go to religion, people, fathers, priests. Those are the demons. Those are the bad guys. Those are the evil in the world. Those are the people who create the mafia and the cartels. This video is so part of my documentary. It's part of me speaking out, me using my voice, because suicide is murder. It's a community that is attacking a person because they don't want them here. So they will have you commit suicide because they can't do it. So they're gonna do everything in their power. There's many ways. There's many this misdiagnosis. There's many misdiagnoses going on, and mental health issues being just thrown out there like that. This was predicted like 15, 20 years ago. This whole mental illness crisis shit and this pandemic, like this was all planned out. But yet Anthony Fauci and others aren't, or even the celebrity doctors, Drew Lipinski, that motherfucker, he needs prison time. Dr. Phil needs prison time. Oprah needs prison time. A lot of these celebrities were pushed out, they were groomed, they were used, abused, and then they end up doing the same thing. It's like my cousin, Nicholas. I know what he was doing to us. I know what he was doing to Stephanie. And I know why the aviation stuff keeps popping up. I remember in the room, in his bedroom, there was aviation, I did it again, out. A meeting there, you can talk. And, so I got used to talking to that a little bit because he showed me. And then I remember him putting me, yeah, like shoving me in the closet, and I remember going in the closet. I remember him beaten up by Mitch, his father-in-law. I mean, his stepfather. He beat the shit out of him in a relationship. And Mitch just That's what I thought it was normal, having dads beat the shit out of their kids. But Nick was not his father. And I remember just, it was loud. Um, like 2 times we got over there and he just beat the shit out of him. And I even brought that back up to him with Nicholas. I brought that up, and Nicholas is like, "Yeah, I knew like that guy. He kind of forgot some of the abuse that went on." But Nicholas would groom boys, would bring boys to my uncle, um, Jerome, which was a pedophile, which he is a pedophile, and the police know, and my uncle Jerome knows. My uncle Charlie, no, my uncle Jerome, fuck, my uncle Jerome knows. My uncle, my uncle George, that has ties to FBI and the LAPD. I'm pretty sure Scientology because my dad keeps bringing up Scientology. So if my well, if my uncle George is anything like my dad, he would probably investigate Scientology or know something about Scientology. My uncle George, the beginning, ever since I was little, George has always been the asshole of the family. George has always been the con artist in the family. He has always been Hollywood of the family. I want to put it that. He's always been Hollywood of the family. So then, when I actually confirmed, when I got confirmation of my uncle Jerome being a pedophile, and I actually have fucking proof of what my cousin said, Nicholas said on 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 Messenger. I have it. I have it. That's all. That was to me. That was what I needed. That's what I fucking wanted to. What I, that's what. So I'm getting justice for all those kids that he fucking ruined. Like he fucking tried to ruin. I'm gonna get justice for my children as well, and for me. Because that those touches where he was touching me weren't touches. Now that I know that, now that I know that, and my mom let it happen, my mom's a pedophile to me. My mom's just a pedophile to me. And the fact that I was a mother and then I ended up not having a babysitter because I didn't want a babysitter because my babysitter molested me too. And knowing that I fought so hard not to have a babysitter, I was a stay-at-home mother. I'm like, I have to find something. So I did couponing. I did also babysitting on the side. I also volunteered at the school. And yeah, the school is not, they don't pay you at the school, but for those pictures, if you volunteer for picture day, you get pictures free. So that's what I would do. I would volunteer, get stuff for free. Um, or go to a free shit, free outing, do something, do my part. There's no money involvement. But the couponing part, I did end up making money off the couponing because I would sell whatever I had bought or just save. Not even sell anything, just keep it and don't have to. I didn't have to buy toilet paper for 2 whole years. I didn't have to buy deodorant for a year. I didn't have to buy shampoo for 2 years. I didn't have to buy body wash for 4 years. I didn't have to buy I didn't have to buy a lot of shit for years because I was couponing. And to any people if and to like teachers with gifts and stuff, I would give them um like hand soap or like stuff that I got from the couponing. And I would also use it for homeless people too, give packets away or anything like that. So it did come in handy. Even with razors too. Um, then it got difficult. Then the couponing just got really difficult, really got out of hand where the it ended up these cashiers like Target will give you the runaround, or not runaround, but they give you a hard time. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do this anymore because you do spend a lot of hours couponing, and me doing the PTA and the box tops and being a mother, and then having trying them to do sports, it was very difficult. It was very hard. And then the school, there was not enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. Um, 5 years without my children. I'm no longer here. I'm no longer here. My voice never fucking mattered. So I'm my children now. My voice doesn't matter now. So when you see these videos, make it matter. Do something. And I'm looking at your pictures. You guys have, I have a little like picture thing here all the time that has you boys. Um, and it changes. It changes all the time to different pictures. And I have you guys up here too. And I have you guys all around me. The problem is they're baby pictures or little pictures, and I don't have older adult pictures of you, which I can't. 5 fucking years, a whole fucking community, a whole community, even with teachers. Now, why in the fuck would I know why people would make up lies that to go on like this? Why in the fuck would I make up a story about me getting molested in school? Why in the fuck would I make up anything about that, like sexual shit happening? Like when I remember when that boy in middle school started touching me, I just like I remember I just like, oh my god, I don't want to be touched anymore. I just got this. It was like a hot flash, just like it was like my skin peeling off of me, and just like, and I know if I have to go back into that memory, I want the whole Board of Education, the whole school system. I want these teachers, past and present, to be investigated, and I want them to be no longer. I don't want schools involved. I want these schools to be burned down. I want them to be transferred into farms. These schools shouldn't be operating. A lot of these schools in Orange County shouldn't be operating. They have lead, they have cancers, they have asbestos. They're not safe for children. A lot of these teachers don't care about other children mental well-being. They don't even care about their own children. 100%, I guarantee, I bet my life on it, that a lot of these teachers don't have healthy relationships with their own kids because they don't even know their own kids. A lot of these teachers don't have family, and they come into school as a teacher, end up becoming pregnant and building a family based on the backs of the children that they're teaching. There's so many times at Anderson Elementary School where a teacher got pregnant, and every time I see the students act out when their teachers, when they get used to a teacher and then their teacher ends up disappearing or going away and they bring a substitute teacher, it ends up fucking up the kid. It does. And these substitute teachers are horrible. Telling you, these substitute teachers are horrible. And the fact that this keeps going on and on and on, it's just like the Epstein list. It's just the Epstein list. I can't express it enough. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I can't be proud of a country that rapes children. United States. United States of America is genocide, is home of the genocide. I miss you boys. I love you. I don't know what else to say. I have a lot to say, but I don't know what to say right now. I'm so tired. I am. And I'm tired of the injustice. I miss you, my children, my boys, my kids, my offsprings. I love you, miss you with all my heart. All my heart. I know I will see you again. I know. This body is keeping me stuck here, and I don't want to be stuck here. I don't want to be stuck here. And these mental health facilities and these professionals can all go to hell. They all need to be retrained. Go on the fucking street and go and talk to people. You can't go to universities and say you're a professional when the universities are following the same footsteps as Epstein and Hitler. when these universities are based off of Hitler's studies. The United States will not teach the children genocide, slavery, sex education, family values. The school district does not do anything. The schools do not teach you. It's full of propaganda. Votes. It's a politician farm. It's a politician, it's a political farm. Schools, that's what schools are. I'm against the United States of America. I'm not an American. I'm an indigenous woman, a mother, and I shall die as one. And I shall speak the truth and nothing but the truth, and stand on business, which is the truth. And I do believe in karma. Yeah, I don't want to be here. Well, any day now. Any day. Any fucking day. Someone's gonna do it for me. The more I keep going in the Santa Ana area, I do feel lucky. That's what's funny. I do feel lucky. Just me thinking about death just brings that happy. I just feel happy. Because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I hate it here. Man, I miss my kids. I miss being a mother. I miss the talks. I miss the bonding. I miss going places. I miss the hugs. The laughter, the talking. Fuck, man. This is why I say the violence is a community effort. Everyone knew what he was doing to me. Everyone fucking knew. Did they say shit to him? Fuck no. They said shit to me. Doesn't matter. Love you.